First of all, introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us who you are.
Wow, thank you so much for this opportunity, Zodiac, of being able to introduce myself to all your viewers. My name is Figele P. Jackson, and I am a CEO for our organization that's called Against All Odds Still Standing Charity. I'm also an author. I've authored a book, and my book is called Against All Odds, I Survived. And I'm also a co-founder of our radio station called Oasis Universal Radio. And I'm a mother and a wife for 25 years. So yeah, that's who I am.
Fine. You were in the country on a mission. I guess this is not the first time you visited a number of projects that your organization is doing. Could you briefly tell us how can you summarize the visit, so to say?
Oh my goodness, Mission to Malawi 2016 has got to be the best ever. In the sense that, must I say, we have companies like Bata that's been cooperating and supporting us. We have companies like Steers, they've been facilitating our lunches and our dinners. Every person in Malawi has been so beautiful to us, and they've been kind towards us. We've been well received. But most importantly, we've been well received by our students who are, as you know, we have students in Namikaze Secondary School. I don't know if they're watching. I want to say hi. You guys rock. And we have Zingwangwa Secondary School. We have Chikwawa. And there we have Babwali Secondary School. And guess what? Up north, we have Chisu Secondary School. So I don't know if I was to pick any highlights, Winston, I wouldn't even know where to start because everything has been the best. But I've got to say this. Our students in Chisu, we arranged to meet them in the Lake Malawi because we realized our students have never been to the lake, and they've never been in any hotel or whatsoever. So there was a meal prepared for them, and we played in the lake. We spoke to them. They received their certificates, their uniforms, and the headmaster received his computer, which we bought for him because this school up north is in a very remote area. So I think just to sum up our visit, it's been awesome. We've worked tirelessly hard throughout the country.
Well, maybe our viewers would really be interested to know, you've talked about the students. What other projects do you people do?
Well, we Against All Odds, maybe if I just make this easier. So Against All Odds, we stand for three things. So we are here to rebuild lives, to restore hope, and to restore dignity. So with those three things, we aim at we focus on three areas. That's education, social development, and health. So if I pick up education, so for education, we have 60 students, even though because some of them have finished Form 4, so it means now we have less than 60. But guess what? Our team in Malawi are working hard to replenish, to make it back to 60 students, to replace the ones that's gone. But that said, so we pay school fees in full for these students, and we pay that directly to the schools. And we have a team here on the ground that visit our students once a quarter, as we are only able to see them once a year in October. So this is our fourth year. So as you would imagine, most of them were finishing this year with their Form 4. So that's the education part. Why education? The children are the future leaders of Malawi, and we feel that is so important, bearing in mind the statistics about Malawi, that we can hopefully, against all odds, can counteract those negative statistics, especially about girls, the dropout rate and all those things. That's why education, because for students to get anywhere, it's important they stay in school, they don't drop out, and that. Now, social development, we have over 50 women that we look after. So we've started very small. So we have a Women's Empowerment Center in Chikwawa and one in Nchewu. So, but believe it or not, we're starting one here in Lilongwe. As we speak now, I have a group of women. I think it's about 5 or 10 of them. These women are HIV positive, and they've got issues that they've gone through. But we want to say today when we meet them, against all odds, they too can stand. So we want to empower them. So with the social development side of things, so our women, we've bought them sewing machines, and there's more equipment to come. So some of them love baking, some of them love knitting. So whatever is their passion, we are looking to make sure that by the time we are done with them, these women are back in the community, being better mothers, being better, wives, and being better and contributing towards the community, the growth of this nation, as opposed to them waiting for the handouts. We don't believe that's what they want. We believe that they have dreams like us. Yes, so that's briefly the other projects we do.
Okay, lastly, you've been here for quite a number of days. Would you pinpoint a touching story, a touching moment that you experienced during this period?
You know what, I feel like to squeeze just two, but the first one is, when we met with our students, apart from the fact that they've never been to the lake and they didn't expect a meal, so we sat down at the table. But one of our students is a young man. He had been a dropout for 2 years, Winston. His parents passed away. He has no one, because mostly against all odds speak about girl child. So it just touched my heart that when we found him, he was in the village. He's got his surviving brother who works in the fields to provide for their meals. So in the scheme of things, education became less because they just need to survive. So the fact that he's in school, when he received his Bible, because for Chisu Secondary School, one of our sponsors was able to get Bibles for this particular school, and he stood up and he clapped and he said, "Thank you, God, for these people. I don't know who they are, but they've come all the way. I'm in school and now I have a Bible." We didn't know how much he wanted a Bible. So that's one touching story. The other one was in Chikwawa. There is a young girl. See, she's very little. Her name is, let me not say her name, bless her. I love her. I didn't know this. I've been coming here, this is my 4th year, but I didn't know that this young girl walks, I don't know how many kilometers, and she's late to school because where she lives is so far, Winston. And my heart went, and I said, you know what? It touched my heart, and I don't know how much a bicycle costs, and I don't know who's watching. I don't know if you've got any companies that make bicycles. Please, we need bikes. We just wish for 3 bikes per school. It touched my heart that little as she is, she walks a long way. This is how hungry she is for education. I think the last one I want to squeeze is about the women. One of our women, I had a little workshop one-to-one with her 2 years ago, and I realized her situation was very desperate. But since she received the sewing machine, this woman's attitude towards life has completely changed. She's actually ready to work, and to me, this woman is an example. She's waiting for the trainers. The trainers are going to go and train them how to use the machines, but she's encouraging other women now that, look, we too can stand. If Mrs. Jackson, Fikelepi Jackson is still standing, we too can stand. So those are probably the 3 or 4 highlights I have that touch my heart.
Well, it was a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks so much.
God bless you.
All right.
And thank you everyone who supported us during this mission to Malawi 2016. God bless them. Thank you.
Thank you.